Okay, in today's video about Algorand, first, I'm going to tell you why we are stopping in these areas. And second, I'm going to tell you why this is just a temporary stop. And chances are soon we are going to get some more huge moves on the upside. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you are having a great time with your family and loved ones. And in my opinion, in Algorand, we are looking extremely bullish, and soon we're gonna get some more impulsive structures on the upside. But let's answer the first issue. Why are we stopping in this area? Well, there are a couple of reasons for it. Number one, you see, whenever you are having a very fast move on the upside, followed by that, what are we going to get? Some more either consolidation patterns or maybe a strong moves on the downside. In other words, no up or down trends is sustainable. Usually within those trends, we're gonna have some consolidation patterns, which is very normal. Now, second, is this move right in here an impulsive structure, or maybe it's just going to be a correction? Well, one of the very important characteristic of a correction is that it should be a very slow and a steady move on the down or maybe upside. And based on that, let's zoom in more in here and see how long did it take for us to have this move down, starting from this high to about this low. As you can see, about 110 candlesticks. Now, in the same period of time, well, from this point, about 20 cents, we had actually about a 50 to 60% move on the upside. And when you compare this strong move up to this very small move down, and you see that they happen in kind of a similar time frame, well, okay, you realize that, look, this move down right in here, there's a very high chance that it's actually quite weak, and it means bulls at the moment probably do have the upper hand. And we can say, look, in Algorand, there's a very high chance that we are dealing with some sort of a correction structure. Is this correction going to be deep? Well, we cannot say anything for sure, and there is no certainty in any market, but in my opinion, there's a good chance we're not actually going to have that much of a deep correction. For example, we can have an A, B, C, D, E, which in terms of Elliott waves, we call it a triangle. And in that case, well, okay, the downsides are actually extremely limited. Can we have another scenario? Yes, we can say maybe this is an ABC into wave W, and then this is probably a correction into wave X. And after we are going to have another move down into our wave Y. And in this move, we might even take this low, but from here, I'm not expecting to go a whole lot lower. And basically, we are at a point that overall seems like downside movements are actually very limited in Algorand. So for now, makes sense to be a bit optimistic in here. And sure, let's see some evidence that suggests otherwise. And at that point, I'm willing to change my mind. But for now, I am seeing nothing that suggests we're going to get a deep move on the downside. Now, is there some other reason for Algorand to stop in these areas? The answer is actually yes. You see, in terms of classic technical analysis, meaning support and resistances, we are having a very important resistance area, which is from weekly and daily time frame at the same time. And exactly because of this, from this region, as you can see, we got a very solid rejection. Does that mean that once more we're going to get a very strong move on the downside from these regions? Yes, there is that possibility. However, I'm going to tell you it may not actually be likely. But for now, we cannot ignore the fact that we are under this very important resistance between 27 to about, I believe it was 33 cents right in here. Now, if you want to say that this area is broken, you need to see a weekly candle close above this region and then a pullback, and followed by that a continuation of the move up, in order for us to be able to say it with quite a bit confidence that, you know what, this is broken and our move up is going to continue for quite some time. And I do believe that we are going to have something like that soon. But before that, makes sense to consolidate under this region for quite a bit. So this is another very important reason for why we are stopping in here on Algorand. Now, here is a very important point. In my opinion, probably within the next week or two, we are going to do something like this. We're going to get a huge move on the upside, maybe after a pullback, but then I'm expecting some more big moves up in order to continue our uptrend. Why is that? Well, For so many reasons, I believe there is a very high chance that this point right in here about 9.7 cents is actually our final bottom in Algorand. And the main reason is because of Elliott waves. You see, if you are a new viewer, which I think you are, because every single time that these days I make new videos, I get a bunch of new subs, I should tell you that in my analysis, I use a lot of Elliott waves. And if you want to argue, for example, we're going to have our final bottom somewhere around this area, maybe this is like a very important support, then okay, we need to be able to find off of the lowest line here, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. The rules for it are we shouldn't have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4 and in any kind of impulsive structure. Wave 3 right in here should not be the smallest wave, and in terms of the sub waves, we're gonna have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5, and for wave 2 and 4 for our corrections we can have different scenarios. Let's say ABC into wave 2 and a WXY into wave 4. Understood? Okay, let's go on the live chart and see what's happening. So here's the thing. This move on the upside starting from here about 10 cents to around the highest high in this region about 32 cents, as you can see, is very strong, which is a very important characteristic of an impulsive structure. Now I believe off of the lowest low, we are having 5 wave up probably to around here into a wave 1, and then this slow move down is a correction for wave 2, and this huge move on the upside is going to be into this wave 3, and after it's over, we're gonna have just a simple correction into wave 4, and after it we can continue our move up and have some more big impulsive structures on the upside into this wave 5 right in here. So as you can see, the main reason for why right now I am so bullish in Algorand is because clearly seems like that our move up according to Elliott waves is actually not over yet, and I think soon we are going to get a very solid break of this very important resistance area, and because above it we're not seeing a whole lot of strong resistances, chances are that when we get a break of this thing, our move up is going to continue at quite a bit of a rapid pace. And finally, do indicators also suggest the same? Let's go on weekly chart, zoom more in here and see what is happening. Okay, as you can see, in MACD, we are having a buy signal, which is a fantastic bullish sign. And in stock RSI, once more, we are seeing also a buy signals, which is what I have been saying for so long in any of my TA videos. I was telling you guys, if you want to go according to indicators and you want to be bullish, then okay, you need to wait a bit and see buy signals in MACD and stock RSI at the same time. And since we are now having it, well, okay, makes sense for us to be absolutely bullish. And in daily time frame, what do we have? Buy signal in MACD, however, a sell signal in stock RSI. So the message, in my opinion, according to these things, is actually quite the same as we talked about before. There is a decent chance that maybe in here we are going to have some more consolidation patterns in here, maybe like this. But you need to understand that first, the downside movements in Algorand are actually quite limited, and second, this is going to be just a correction structure, and after it's over, we can have a huge move on the upside in order to hopefully get a break of this area and continue our uptrend. So overall, in Algorand, in my opinion, a big break is going to come soon, and we are looking fantastic and extremely bullish. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Algorand's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.